Biden proposes banning Chinese vehicles, connected car technology from U.S. roads. China is going to learn where our roads are. That proprietary information, available only from Google Maps. National security concerns, a move that would effectively bar Chinese cars and trucks in the U.S. market. I'm sure, yeah. The reason why you're doing this is definitely national security and not because you want to protect the bloated American car industry. Stupid. To play devil's advocate for a second, the U.S. is engaging in island hopping again. But we're not. China is objectively engaging in island hopping, though. Like, literally, they're building islands in the South China Sea in an insincere effort to expand their national borders, like, further out into the South China Sea. Like, they are literally doing that. Connected cars can be a victim of mass cyber attack. Yeah, but not just Chinese connected cars. This is just an effort to protect. This is just protectionism. This is just an effort to protect the American car. Like, Biden literally just a few months ago was pushing for a 100% tariff on Chinese electric vehicles. This is not being done for national security. This is being done to defend American cars. Well, Chinese EVs are of atrocious quality as well. I don't think they are. I mean, a lot of them are road legal in the U.S. We have standards for what is allowed to be driven here, and a lot of their vehicles meet those standards. They're just cheaper because they're highly subsidized, and a lot of them are, you know, more efficient. No reason Americans have to be driving Ford F-150s. Vaush, don't we have enough cars in the world already? Yeah, but when people buy new cars, I would rather them build small Chinese EVs than massive Ford F-150s. What about those cute Japanese trucks? Yeah, those aren't sold here. I don't really think those are related, Tanya. Like, the capacity for interrupting a supply chain and putting explosives in electronic goods doesn't really relate to, you know, bursting a bunch of lithium batteries via hacking from a distance. It's like two completely different, you know. There are so many China car bad videos on TikTok and YouTube. I think I remember somebody sending one of those before, and then we watched it, and it was dog shit. Didn't we? We watched it, and it was like insane anti-CCP propaganda or whatever. We bought the cheapest truck from China.
Inside this box is the cheapest brand new vehicle you can buy today. And we got We're going to talk about what it takes to import. Kind of want one. Okay.
Sprung for the hydraulic dump bed option, which costs another
Look at this little guy. I hate the sound effects. Well, this is like an ADHD Zoomer channel, right?
$150, makes it.
Help us. This is man versus truck.
Not bad. Not bad. Perfect. Dude, I put it in low gear and it worked great.
All right, I guess it's a perfect truck.
In the competitive world of Chinese electric vehicles,
looking for a spot
that are going further and costing less than ever before, no company makes or sells more than BYD, the Chinese giant taking on Tesla, offering cars for as little as $10,000.
Let's drive.
Along with higher priced luxury models.
0 to 60 miles per hour in about 3 seconds. Anything like this in the U.S.?
Nothing that I've drove.
But don't look for electric cars from BYD on American roads anytime soon.
U.S. government need to be more friendly.
Stella Lee is the CEO steering BYD's expansion in the Americas. In an exclusive interview, she said the U.S. is not part of the plan yet.
They're not ready. But then for BYD, we are ready.
What conditions would need to exist in order to consider an entry into the U.S. market?
That's a good question. You should go back to ask the DCO.
BYD faces stiff hurdles in the U.S., including a 25% tariff on imports and pushback from U.S. automakers who see Chinese competition as a major threat.
I think it's going to require trade restrictions for a limited period.
Wow, thanks, Ford. Just real open with that. I'm afraid we're going to need the government to block these. These cars are a lot cheaper and better than what we make. You know, we want Americans buying $55,000 trucks that they never use, that have gleaming, completely unhampered paint job. You know, if you support the free market and oppose the Chinese Communist Party, you should block free trade from China.
Period of time which will allow the Western automakers and the U.S. automakers to catch up.
To catch up. Jesus, the most pandered people in the world. Oh, we're just a small independent local company. Ford. You know, we haven't had time to develop our tech out. It's not our fault that we don't make like cheap electric vehicles. It's not a product of our decision making and our production strategies. It's, you know,
Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who just made a surprise visit to Beijing to meet officials,
It's good to see electric vehicles making progress in China.
said that without trade barriers, Chinese EVs will, quote, demolish other car companies. BYD
I can't believe I agree with him on something.
began as a battery manufacturer and with the help of government subsidies now controls every mile of its low-cost supply chain.
With the help of government subsidies, unlike what America does to its car manufacturers. I mean, America literally erects massive tariffs to protect its own, unlike the Chinese car company, which requires state intervention to protect it, Ford only needs 100% Chinese EV tariffs.
From parts to shipping. Among the concerns of U.S. automakers and lawmakers, that BYD's plan to build a factory in Mexico could allow the company to skirt tariffs under free trade rules. BYD denies that's the goal. And U.S. officials say there are growing fears China could use smart car technology to spy on American drivers.
This is the same thing they did with TikTok. Remember? They had a bunch of concerns about TikTok and privacy, but we all know our data is getting stolen by like every tech company, and the only reason they did it to TikTok is because it allowed them to do the whole like new Red Scare bullshit against China, and also because TikTok has a lot of, you know, young people promoting left-leaning talking points, a position that I thought for a time was relatively conspiratorial until Mitt fucking Romney admitted to it and literally said like, oh, you know, yeah, we gotta ban TikTok. A lot of woke shit on there.
What did you make of the Biden administration opening an investigation into smart car technology because of national security concerns that this technology was coming from China?
I don't understand. There's no data approve that.
National security concerns are overblown?
Overblown, oversensitive, and misleading.
BYD
like think about it for a second. What is the argument here? Like Chinese cars are going to listen in on what you say and then report that back to Beijing? A ton of the shit we have is made in China. Also, it doesn't have to be a Chinese company for the Chinese government to get data from it. Data on you is harvested all the time from a ton of different companies. Why wouldn't China just, like, I don't know, have a deal with those companies? They can just buy it. It's insane. You could buy it from American companies.
alone is producing more than 3 million cars a year, with capacity for more, and few signs of slowing down. Janice Mackey-Freer, NBC News, Shenzhen.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
That's great. That's great. The real reason the U.S. doesn't want Chinese EVs. I'm not going to lie. I wanted a video from someone like whining about how the Chinese EVs are bad. I don't know where I would find that necessarily. Chinese EVs CCP bad. Why Chinese EVs are killing people.
This is what happens when an electric vehicle's lithium-ion battery gets damaged in a collision.
This guy's awful. Get the most badass wallet in the world, now is the time. Join me for the China Show, a weekly dive into what's happening in China. China is stealing air now? Seriously? South Africa, the deadliest country in the world, and it's got black people with clubs and hatchets in the background. China is now using nasty poop water to cook food. China's random attacks are going critical. China's hidden misery. The USA kicks China in the balls. Oh, this is the guy who made the video that I talked about before. This is the guy that I was thinking of, because I've seen this. All right, well, China's high-speed rail is deadly. Yeah, I don't think this guy's a good source. Okay. It's over. China canceled Christmas. Sorry. I'm in a bit of a fuzz. It's a lot of bad news internationally today. Did you see that Ford patent they filed? Ford patents in-car advertising system that listens to passenger conversations. Terrified of, like, Chinese software data harvesting. Meanwhile, American car companies. in-vehicle advertisement presentation system to display commercials on the car's infotainment screen. That alone sounds annoying. No, that sounds like a road hazard. Jesus Christ. My personal belief, my opinion, is that it should just be illegal to have a dashboard screen. We need to go back. Nah, I need my directions. Maybe just directions? I don't know. It's good for mapping, though. Just the idea of running a dashboard screen that can have advertisements on it is insane. Like, but this is, in 10 years, everyone's going to be like, man, I sure do hate having to wait for 45 seconds of advertisements to finish before my car will turn on when I get into it every morning. And then you turn to your friends and be like, remember when 10 years ago this wasn't a thing? Yeah. Like, it's got to happen.